He'd be a dumbass if he doesn't wind up with her. That or, the horrible thing. What the fuck, my guy? Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with another episode of To Be Hero X. We come back as we normally do with notes, comments, and a board. So let's go ahead and look at that board first thing. Where we also have the board changelog, where I updated Mr. Shang, now that we know who he is. I added a Blankster and connected him to God Eye with a red line. I added Zach because we saw his name in the online thing that he was doing. And then I marked Moon dead again. I did not add this guy because I don't know who he is yet. Ironically, given the fact that I was chosen to be him, I just don't remember anything about him. So literally going to be reintroduced to the concept, I guess, in this episode, hopefully. But that is the board. So on to notes. It's interesting that Mr. Shang says that he sent someone to deal with Moon, and then we see him activate that boxer that shows up. But also, we get the events at the end of the episode, which leaves me wondering if that is also going to be related. Considering that Moon left to that island via her portal from the room in the tower, and we know that the room is covered in cameras, the handlers have to have some information on where she went. There is no chance that I wouldn't think that some group of internet sleuths couldn't take an image of the island through the portal and figure out where in the world it must be. Enough for them to found out her where she was. Sorry, I was trying to think of the guy's name because I didn't put it in my note, but I'm thinking of it now. There was the guy who did a bunch of internet stuff, protests, like live stream protests that people ruined for him, and he kept trying to do other things. Like he put a video camera outside of a cabin in the woods, and then people figured out where in the world the cabin was, and he got pissed off that people were figuring out where he was. So next thing he did was put a flag in the air, and the flag was representing the thing he was protesting against, and he put the camera just facing the sky, and people figured out by the planes going overhead, and I guess when it became dark and when it became light again, all that shit. They figured out where the flag was flying just by the camera looking at the sky. So, internet sleuths will figure everything out. And hell, Miss J even says Moon is already dead, and the direction of the scene would have us think that she means him not being able to rescue her, or, the element that they already did the PR stunt to make her dead. But if I suspect Shang, then maybe Miss J might know something as well. I mean, I hope not. I love Miss J. She is one of my favorite characters in the show. But, I don't know who's above suspicion just yet. I've referenced the trust system many times in regards to Lin Ling and his transition into Nice's worst habits, but this episode really showed off how it's just a set of shackles in a completely different way. Lin Ling was prevented from getting out to help Moon by the desires of Nice's fans. The higher up you are in the limelight, the more that pressure is going to be present on you, directing your life. Acting as Nice was already something of a shield for Lin Ling, as he could drop that act and be free of it if he desired. Now that he's himself as a hero, he has no direct escape from it. I guess this is a world where having a fake identity to protect yourself might actually help. Especially if your power didn't directly come from the trust system. Now that I'm looking at my board, and I wasn't when I was writing the note, Magic Shadow was basically like a cyborg or an android who could run super fast, implying that his power didn't directly come from the trust system. It seems very much implied as well that the Spotlight organization seems to be able to give people powers outside of the trust system. So, there is that. In regards to Blankster, the story I was telling during last episode was regarding a boxing match from 1983. Luis Resto versus Billy Collins Jr. Before the fight, Resto's trainer removed half the padding from his gloves and soaked his hand wraps in plaster of Paris. Collins went 10 rounds effectively getting beaten with hardened casts. He suffered permanent damage that ended his career. So yeah, Blankster upping the ante by adding metal plates to his gloves for sure makes him evil and a villain. You know, I repeatedly said that Lin Ling needs a PA system to be able to address the public in order to be able to change the way that the trust system was causing him to be forced to do or not do things. But I never really considered that God Eyes. Sorry, I say everyone's names wrong every time. I never really considered that God Eye's inherent abilities literally make him perfect for fighting anyone with any sort of mar on their background. If he wasn't a villain, he'd actually make for a perfect cleaner. At the same time, I now have to wonder if the villains also have a trust value equivalent. I mean, the guy is out here just telling the people the truth, so you'd imagine he'd have some supporters. Sorry, it's not in my note here, but he also used to be a hero with a trust value ranking, so I don't know if that would carry over. Like he's some middle ground between modified person with the Spotlight organization stuff and trust value hero. I don't know. Anyway, with the only antithesis to that being his detractors being every fan of the heroes that he takes down. I don't know. God Eye is a little shit, but at the same time, I could see his setup being extremely powerful. It's interesting that God Eye says he'll show everyone who really deserves to be reserved as a hero. Kind of feels like Hero Killer Stain from My Hero Academia, that he might have some heroes that he considers to be real, and that these trust system heroes are all fake. If all of God's, I always want to call him God's Eye, if all of God Eye's little balls are out of commission, where are the broadcasts of Lin Ling kicking his ass coming from? There's definitely a camera there, and he's the one broadcasting it, so you'd think it'd be one of his balls. But all of his balls are out of commission, like laying on the ground, inoperative. Where's the broadcast coming from? That guy with the glasses from the opening and ending credits, he's on a billboard in the city scenes for XFC, which is clearly a play on KFC. So is he Colonel Sanders? To my theory that we saw Moon dead at the end of episode 1 as a premonition of the end of this episode, I think she was wearing the same clothes in that shot too. Granted, she hasn't been given a wide range of attire, but seeing the same blood splatter on her face and her lying in a similar position just added to my theory. My final note here isn't really a note at all. It's just 15 days left until the 21st Heroes Tournament. God, what did I say in a previous note? That the current year was 2024? Was that what I said? Yeah, and that I thought the commission formed in 1983. It's 2024. That would mean that the first tournament must have happened in 2003? Which meant there was, what, 19 years of no tournaments? I don't know if that means anything to anything at all. I'm just trying to piece together the bits of information that I already have. Anyway, I did say that we also had some comments. First up from Rogue Knight from the Patreon from the episode The Commoner. Thanks for another amazing reaction. Just to confirm, I didn't notice it last time, but yes, I think this is a translation error. The guy in the red suit, I think you mean suit, who Miss J often calls is Mr. Shang. I confirmed it via the wiki. It ends with a G and not a D. Thanks again for watching. Well, thank you. Also, my idea wasn't that it was, my idea last episode was that it was a different character, that there was a Mr. Shand and a Mr. Shang. Obviously, now you can see by the board that I have put the red suit guy as Mr. Shang. So clearly I'm agreeing with you now. I'm just saying my thoughts from last episode were that they might be two different people. And lastly, we have Canaris4 from the Patreon from the same episode. Enlighter/God Eye reminds me a lot of Teru Mikami from Death Note. I have to say, I've never actually seen Death Note. I've seen like maybe half of the first episode, and that's it. I mean, I know what the idea of Death Note is, so yeah, but I've never seen it, so I don't actually know who that character is. The guy whom Light lends the Death Note to in the second half, and the guy who goes delete, 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 delete. I'm reading it the way you wrote it. I have no idea, again, how the guy actually says it. Same hair, both have magic eye powers that help in seeing the truth somehow, and the same aura. I've checked the To Be Hero X subreddit and the 4,000 post long thread on spacebattles.com by using the search function and typing Death Note, and I'm surprised no one else has made that connection. Well, obviously it's a connection, again, I couldn't make, so I'm unfortunately not on board with you, only from the element that, again, I don't know it. But at the same time, I've made the connection of Hero Killer Stain from My Hero Academia based on another thing that he said, less the things that he does as you're making that connection. So I guess let me know if any of those two places anybody else brings up Hero Killer Stain, just to know that maybe I'm in the same boat as you, that nobody else is saying those same things. Anyway, that has been the board, that has been the notes, and that has been the comments, so nothing left to do but to hop on in and see what we get from this episode.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
"20 years after commission, 2003. If I'm right about 1983 being the start of the commission, that would be 2003, the first year of the tournament. I guess that's me. Real Batman backstory, this one. Opening? Nope, okay. 36 years after the commission. "16 years later," I said 2003, so 2019?
别说，我真的有事。哎，不会是为了你那个班长吧？对啊，就是夏晴。你小子，我说你暗恋他这么多年没行动，偏偏到今天是几个意思？你知道幸运星吗？什么星？他最喜欢的歌手，幸运星。啥？我可是攒了很久的积蓄才搞到了门票。今天难得能独处。
I'm assuming he's going to turn out to be the guy that we saw on the island. That he's going to take over, shit, they said his name, I forgot already.
杨成，谢谢你今天来帮我整理就业表格。等会儿你记得把我们班的送到钱老师那儿。杨成，你的就业表格为什么都是空白？
不是，我已经找好工作了，只是没来得及。
Yeah, okay, I think that's telling us
是做什么的？
he's going to inherit the hero thing.
就我们当了这么多年同学，现在快毕业了，你愿不愿意？
杨成，你是遇到什么困难了吗？
没，我就是想问你想不想？啊
，Hello， 夏晴，不好意思来晚了。
就差你的了，上超。
都填好了，班长大人。
哎，你不是在创业吗？表上这么多公司是？
那都是我之前实习的地方，未来想运营好英雄，可不得多看多学吗？
I was about to say he needed to hurry up because she was going to keep interrupting him.
啊，对了，杨成
assuming things.
哦，我突然想起来，今天要加班。
杨成，你已经找好工作了？
做什么的？周末还加班？
加班有钱拿，
没钱，不早跟你说过了吗？ 今晚的演出 ，MG 公司会派人来现场，万一被他们看中，你就有机会在魂殿34周年的活动上和他本人同台，天赐良机，谁还在乎那点钱呢？我知道，这么多年来，你一直很想再见到魂殿。
Yeah, okay. So Esol was the guy. I forgot the name.
好好加油吧！
各位小朋友们，晚上好！让我们欢迎英雄魂
I mean, this would be 4 years prior to the present, if I'm right. Oh yeah, that's right. Esol's nemesis, Magic Shadow. That's why he's already on the board. Okay, yeah.
小朋友们觉得演得好不好啊？
不好。上周魂殿抓鼠王，你打鼠王；这周追魔影，你打魔影。这是演出还是播新闻啊？你要能紧跟时事也行啊。但你穿着5年前的皮套，在这10年前的布景里映着20年前的故事，这太抽象了吧？我们
Stories can't be from 20 years ago. You just said they were from the last news report. I'd be more concerned about the fact that you clearly don't actually look like Esol.
你在干嘛？
拍照啊，不是写着魂殿互动吗？
你不是不喜欢我的表演吗？
你现在就是新不新旧不旧的呀。喏，你看看网上这些演员，别人又能发光又能模拟技能，你就这一身破皮套，你去追他们干嘛？
Kids today and their technology.
哦，我姐姐来接我了，下次聊啊。
今天玩的开心吗？前面和你说话的那位就是魂殿吗？
小晴，
嗨，您是魂殿的扮演
I
者。
mean, clearly she already saw your face. She just looked at
是小
you.
柚子的姐姐，蔡家总是听她说喜欢你的表演。
我没说过啊。
啊，对了，我有个不情之请，你明天有时间吗？我们可不可以单独见一次面？
哟呵，都单独约你了，看来进展不错呀。
不是，我当时戴着面具，他邀请的。
I mean, I don't know, my dude. Very clearly, she must have seen you.
要瞒着他。
Also, I think she's gonna be dead by the end of this episode. We've already pulled a Bruce Wayne backstory
鼓
bit.
起勇气，让他看看真实的你。明天你就约他来店里表白，啊，那个位置看到没？但凡在那个位置上表白的情侣，最后都成功了。人们就相传这个座位有爱情的魔力，给我带来不少生意呢。这个世界，只要人们愿意相信，什么事情都有可能发生。
哎，答案都送完了，这个月钱怎么说呀？
我都收到几十条投诉了，你们还有脸问我要钱？你们俩明天不用来了。
没有我们谁肯帮你送啊？
你别说，人就在这儿。
Oh, suddenly I thought they were shaking him down, not just like being rude workers.
穿个皮套，你就真以为自己是英雄？祝你用餐愉快。
Oh. I guess that makes sense. It looked like a bar, restaurant place, so he's Uber Eatsing it up. Oh.
自从父母离开我那天起，我就再也没获得过一个信赖值。
The hand looked like it had like controller bits in the
没
fingers.
有信赖值本就比其他人更艰难，
Seen that in real life.
别说
Pretty cool.
成为像魂殿那样的英雄。但不管怎样，希望有朝一日，我还能和你见面。
Hello，这是给我的吗？谢谢，感谢你百忙之中抽空来见我。听小柚子说起你好多次，特别喜欢你，所以今天想请你帮我开导开导他。他其实很孤僻，天天一个人关在家里，也没什么朋友。但那天看到他和你聊得特别开心。
I don't know. Seemed pretty good about like getting all the other kids on his side.
可以吗？那太好了，谢谢你。
and didn't ask her out or anything.
今天找你来是想和你谈谈心。
我姐给你的任务吧，你让她不要操心了，没什么好谈的。
就1个小时，咱们相互给个面子。晚点还要去集训呢。
嗯，集训啥？
魂殿周年庆。
你要参加魂殿周年庆？
上次被你搅了，这次你可得帮我。
这个有的聊。
你之前不是说别的演员会发光吗？
I just know there's gonna be some sort of negative shit to happen. I just don't know who it's gonna happen to.
还有你等等啊。
Or how he goes to shooting Moon on the beach.
我的意思是，这些都是假的。
作为演员，不就是尽量模仿？
你从前的表演，我不觉得是模仿。
你说啥呢？我又没有魂殿的能力。
但就是很像啊。
那你仔细说说哪里像了，我接下来反复练练。
我也不知道，就是感觉像。
凭感觉有什么
I mean, maybe tell him your backstory.
比如，我感觉你喜欢我姐姐。
你瞎说什么呢？
不然为啥你见到他就赶紧把面具戴起来了？
你可要保守秘密啊！
那，你要带我去看魂殿？
好。
还要请我喝奶茶。
走。
I mean, you don't give in to children's demands.
这是 M7乐园里的第5代魂殿仿妆，手臂部位有放电机关。
我们大四做课题研究就是在这里。接下来是我们的专业教室。
Why'd you even open the door? So I can see right through the window.
我还是觉得你穿什么装备并不重要。
懂的懂的，重要的是
勇敢和正义的初心。
明天见。
对了，我听小柚子说你喜欢幸运青。
I don't know, my dude. I think your best opening would have been, hey, me who knows you knows that you like this because I've been paying attention.
欢迎来到 MG。Welcome to Mighty Glory。
各位久等了，我是本次评选的负责人，身后这3位就是我们的特邀评委，他们分别是著名。
Are they gonna use this to try and pick who the next ESOL is going to be?
公益奖章的玛丽娜女士，以及优秀青年创业者尚超。
Wait, is that Arshang or? No, Arshang is older than that.
好，那么初赛即将开始，希望各位都能发挥出自己的最佳状态。下一位来自金湾，他连续3年在儿童剧场为孩子们扮演魂殿。有请4号选手登场。
Oh yeah, they might be doing the same thing that happened with Nice. Somebody being an actor to pretend to be him.
2号、4号和14号选手并列第1。稍等片刻，将公布商议结果。
I mean, obviously the costume in the middle is the most like actual ESOLs.
那么最终，2号和14号同时晋级，恭喜2位选手！让我们把最热烈的掌声送给他们。
You know, I would have thought they would have parted down to just the one person and not 3 to 2. Especially when it's not like apparently being broadcast.
夏晴，你怎么在这儿？
Oh yeah, shit! I forgot he was the guy who went to class with him. I do not like this aspect of his character to just walk away. Really feel like the kid who's so big on vibes should have been able to tell who he was.
又来！这破眼镜早该换了。
哥，刚丢了工作哪来的钱啊？我们还有一屁股债要。
Is this how these two become villains?
那个卖奶茶的，迟早让他吃点苦头。哎，
我手里有笔大单子，接不接？
Spotlight. Spotlight guy.
告你们下辈子不愁吃喝。
是送什么货？
I need you to put a giant robot squid into this guy's tank.
Ah, 杨成。
怎么了？
对了，杨成，下个月幸运青要举办演唱会，你想不想一起去？
幸运青？
对啊，最近他很红哎。前几天盛超跟我说，他爸多给了几张票，我想，要不要一起？
This dude has like all the fucking opportunities.
杨成，
He'd be a dumbass if he doesn't wind up with her. That or, you know, the horrible thing. What the fuck, my guy?
我不听幸运青。
It would be different. Look, I understand like he must be like jealous or something, or think that she's with the other guy, but for me it'd be different if like showing his backstory with his parents or something. Well, this is like
你
nonsense.
怎么在这儿？我这2天到处找你。
今天没有节目，你快回家吧。
你那天选拔结束后去哪儿了？
没晋级，没脸见你。
那今天的周年庆，你就不打算去现场看看吗？
去了又能怎样？茫茫人海里，魂殿根本不会注意到我。之前的努力，都是为了能堂堂正正站在他面前。
切，我还以为你是想成为和他一样的英雄呢。
Is this an ensemble show? Are we learning about everyone who's gonna be in the tournament?
先失约，那我也就没有必要帮你保守秘密了。
Also, I don't think that would matter since he just like fucking failed. Okay. Why him? Is she like the daughter of Esol or something?
人抓到了，现在送哪儿去？让他闭嘴！
Or rather, is he like the son of Esol?
又是那个穿皮套。
I forgot they were related. I don't know why I like made it about her. Well, that's gonna be a fucking horrible insurance claim.
还要来碍事儿？又来，这破车！
Well, random roadside cornfield, you know, as you do. How many people could have, like, called in, hey, there's a minivan wrecking its way across the road? No police response at all. Oh, I mean, one would have broken so many bones falling down that, but also a shocker that they didn't just, like, you know, careen head first into the guard, killing him instantly. Yeah, I was gonna say, what happened to the other two guys? If he survived that fall, there's no doubt that they would have survived theirs.
今天在这个舞台上，有许多位魂殿彼此并肩，我为这份共同的理想和意志感到欣慰。
Man, they went all fucking in on being villains, didn't they? Just instantly, we're gonna beat a guy down with a crowbar and a sledgehammer.
一直有人问我，在我34年的英雄生涯中，
This is the speed to become a villain in an 80s college high school thing. Must be the same school that Wolf Girl went to. Dicks and jerks. Oh, never mind, orphanage.
生日快乐！希望你长大以后能跟蝴蝶一样勇敢。
亦或是害怕失去自己。
Man, double so, huh? Like if Batman's parents gave him a Batman toy.
无数次机会可以
I don't know,
选择
wouldn't have worked, but
但它不仅仅只是一张面具，而是我不愿辜负的信赖及其所承载的希望。它时刻提醒着我。
if we learned anything from Firm Man, all it takes is the trust of one person.
怀揣那颗勇敢和正义的初心。
你从前的表演我不觉得是模仿。
你烦了！ 喂，是警察吗？
Finally, why didn't anybody else call the fucking cops before? It's it. All it takes is one fucking kid. Firm Man taught us that. I guess Wolf Girl taught us that.
所谓英雄，就是人们心中的火花。
到此为止吧，我不会再让你往前一步的。
哪怕他再小。
I don't know, my dude. I think the moment you break a crowbar on someone, you may just want to back off. I guess this also proves something I didn't think about before. That you can't just dress up as another hero and get their trust value from people believing in you. You can't be some sort of like a mimic hero, I guess. Or mimic villain.
"伤到哪儿了？
没事，魂殿救了我。
你没事吧？要不要先去医院？谢谢，幸好有你在。那个我还不知道该怎么称呼你。
Don't waste every opportunity this episode.
夏晴，夏晴，夏晴。
I kind of hate this guy too, though. I feel like it's half his fault because this guy lacks the confidence.
魂殿，
等一等，我就是来找你的，杨成。
Well, I guess I can't fucking hate this guy. Okay, not the episode where we're gonna find out how the fuck he goes to shooting Moon in the head, I guess. Although, I guess I don't know how many episodes there are in To Be Hero X. Because if the idea is that we're going to be learning about characters every couple of episodes, oh god, there was a show that I've often talked to lessons about. The one that I call Puberty X-Men. The one where you have puberty syndrome, which gives you sort of not a power, but like a negative effect that is almost X-Men-like to begin with, though. Oh, Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Where every 3 episodes, the focus is on a different character. I mean, it's still the same ensemble of characters, but the focus is about another specific character's problems. Well, we had 3 episodes, or I guess 4 episodes, dealing with Lin Ling. Well, maybe now we're going to be having a couple of episodes dealing with this character, and then after that, another couple of episodes dealing with another character, so on and so forth, until we've established our main roster of characters that will be in the tournament arc. Like, I guess everybody that's appearing here in the end credits, like, on the throne that flashes by, or everybody that's in the opening, let's say. But I guess we would need more than 12 episodes. And for some reason, I guess maybe it's the element that before this we were watching Sentenced to be a Hero, and that turned out to be like just 12 episodes. That my brain is processing this as a 12-episode run, in which case we'd be setting up for and not getting the tournament arc. Again, unless I'm wrong and there's just a couple of heroes, in which case, or I mean a couple of focus characters, in which case we'll, get 6 to 9 episodes in and then do a tournament arc, and then focus on those characters in the tournament? I don't know. I guess the element now is that my entire basis about all this is based on the element that we ended an episode, counting down the days to the tournament arc, where I wouldn't even be thinking about that before. If we had not had that, and then we jumped to this, I would just be connecting them by, the shot to the head on the beach. And we still don't know if that actually happened yet or not. Obviously, we saw it, but in the same way that we saw at the end of episode 1 that Moon was dead on the beach, not on the beach, that she was dead in it wasn't a bed, on the blanket, whatever. That it could still just be a vision of things, and that when we get back to the beach, everything won't be like it was. The element that they pulled the rug out from under us at the beginning of episode 2, where she's just alive again. I don't think that's the case, mind you. I think that the episode 1 rug pull was just the premonition of what happened there at the beach. But we still also have to get to the point of, I again think this is what we're seeing here is 4 years before the present. So something happens within the next 4 years to get him to that point. I have no idea what that would be, obviously, because, it's 4 years and there's a lot of world building here, and we haven't fully expressed everything that might be. I really enjoyed this episode, though. I'm just frustrated at his inability to, take advantage of the situations put in front of him. Especially, I get the idea of being socially awkward or anxiety-ridden. That's me to a T. But the element is, so many times, everything he wanted was put in front of him on a silver platter. She came to the restaurant, and we just faded out from that, and he didn't do the thing that he thought about doing, that we saw the hologram version of him doing. Legitimately, she asked him out. Even if you were not sure yourself or whatever, all you just, okay, just lean into it. And then any frustration I might have had with that guy, I don't know. The element seems to be that he's going to be the reason that he would become the new Isol. I don't know what his connection to it is, unless he is actually Isol, or the son of Isol, or the organization representing Isol who wants to retire, whatever. I think whatever ill feelings I have towards him probably lean into my belief that he is going to be the reason that this guy shoots Moon in the head 4 years from now. But then again, no evidence of that. That's just my prediction in the now. What else do we got? I mean, I guess I just don't have that much else to go on. There was nothing I noticed in the background of anything, because, harder to do that in the front watching versus the rewatch. And everything in this episode might as well just been in episode 1, right? The fact that we're not with Lin Ling in the present and dealing with his ongoing story just kind of means that this might as well have been in episode 1. Everything at the moment is self-contained, and guessing what's going to happen with our new character. I'm saying calling him a new character, I can't remember what his name is. Everything is escaping me until I put it into the board, into my notes and everything. Yeah, everything is self-contained at the moment, so until we get in episode 2 to then contrast and compare the events of his ongoing story, not much I can say about it. So I think that said, I don't even have much to ramble about anymore. I think we're just going to go ahead and call it here. So once again, I have been Theta, this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you again next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?